coward shrine made in tribute to a woman he loved from afar. Perhaps not. But do you think a woman like that could ever feel anything other than pity for such a runt of a man? Ah, then I must be mistaken, for sure. Well, you see how uneasy the girl is in her finery, how she clutches the sword in discomfort. A soldier, perhaps. And the mechanical monster outside, a representation of someone involved in her death. For all his technical wonders, Estiego was unable to save her. So he fabricated this contrivance, this fantasy of his, and squirreled it away beneath the ground. Look well, girls. Know that this is all that is left of a man's heart. This tiny stone room. He admitted as much himself. When you asked this contraption, "Who is Jean?" it replied, "I sought to make him into a powerful being such as myself. I wanted to give him my powers, but he would refuse. He didn't want anything that would widen the gap between himself and the friends he had made amongst the humans. Why, he killed that man, of course. Oh, no. Renard loves humans, not like Isengrin, who would destroy the lot of them given the chance. Well, no, that doesn't sound right. Not you, of all people. Why, I would be surprised if he cared deeply for you. See, Renard fell desperately in love with Surma. After all these years of refusing my powers, he comes to me one day and asks for the ability to take bodies. Overjoyed, I gave him the power, but he soon runs away. He steals the body of a handsome young man and disappears into the court, looking to woo the fiery Surma. How he cried! We heard that he was captured, tricked! One of my own, tricked! And I did not see him again till last summer. What a surprise to find him with the daughter of Surma. The power I gave Renard was imperfect. Why, I could control anything with eyes and leave them unharmed when I'd had my fun. But for some reason, when Renard had the ability, any body he took that was not his own would die when it was used up. Isengrin, too. I gave him power over the trees, but look how he shakes like an old man. I think he loves me very much. Coyote, can you tell me what is Gunnar Cord? Why, this man's endeavor to become God. How is that for an enigmatic answer? Come on, I can't tell you everything right away. That would make for a boring story, don't you think? Like taking candy from a very arrogant baby. So, what should we do? Whack, boot, bonk. This isn't very creative. Pretty satisfying, though. Kick. Cheer up! You can join me in disgraced exile. We'll form a new habitat. We'll call it the Shunnery. You can make us matching unis and utility belts with a hook for my scoop, room for extra batteries, and a pouch for my herbals. Looks empty. Everyone else may be complacent, but I will never weaken. I am on to you, evil, or should I say, evil too. What? I don't know. I'm fine. You're going to mess around in my head? Are you even licensed? What are your credentials? I want to see some patient reviews. I don't think... I didn't want to be alone. She didn't want to leave, but we needed food. Maybe she wasn't as careful as usual, because she was in a hurry to get back to me. Because she didn't want me to be alone. Maybe it was my fault. Again. Ladies, I admit, I like you two. Well, mostly Kara. I must have gone too easy on you. I won't make that mistake again. You know, I actually thought about just killing you. I probably still should. It'd be less bother. But you have to know why first. You have to see it coming. Well, enjoy your stay. I spent a lot of time here. I was saving you for last Prozac. I wanted you to watch me take out everyone else. Maybe I'll let you decide. Who's next, Prozac? You have no right! You don't get to decide if I need fixing! You don't get to mess with my head! You don't get to invade my brain! And change me to suit you! Rage Bear, cease. Stand down, or we'll tear out this one's throat. Kill him, and we'll rip this one apart. And then we'll go through your exhibit and skin every bear we find. We'll destroy your home and your family, and run you from this haven. This we vow to you. You know, drinking coffee can be a tricky thing. Coffee is best when it's warm. The aroma is better and more fragrant, but very hot and easy to burn yourself. But if you wait too long for it to cool, the coffee gets cold. When that happens, coffee isn't that good anymore since you waited too long. Cold coffee just doesn't taste as good as you like, and you can't really make it hot again. You'd have to brew a new batch. That's the best way I can explain it. Don't let your fears and ideals hold you back, dominate your life. In the end, you'll be alone. In the end, you'll be alone. No! No one leaves. After all, your friend Lucy has done you a great favor. Are you so heartless you won't even offer help in return? No crimes! Just listen for a single minute. For your Lucy is tormented. Every night it begins the screaming, a horrible wail, so loud, wakes poor me from a peaceful sleep. But I am clever and found the source of the howling. So you, with your hammers and nails and books and pets, kill this ghost before I lose my mind. You want us to exterminate a ghost? Yes. That's it. You want us to do one job? Yes. What's the catch? No catch. No lies. Why so distrusting? Lucy has no reason to lie. Lucy loves her friend. I am talking. Do not be rude. Lucy did our best. I had to use the scrap to clean up what remained because the taste was so foul. Are you upset, Anderson? I can feel the weight of your mistakes crushing you and your spindly bones. What? Can't you even face me? Look in my eyes. Are you frightened of me? How heartbreaking to be hated by the person you care about the most. What a face to make. I don't love you, Henderson. I just find you more interesting than little Miss Maxine. Do you know why? It's because, unlike Miss Maxine, your death would mean something. Maxine would weep, of course. You have a family, yes? A mother, a father, a sister, certainly. Maxine has nothing. No one will mourn her, and yet the world waits eagerly for you to finally die. Who will they band together to hate and laugh at then? Your misery does the world a great service. I've seen it, you know, on the TV. All those voices laughing and jeering. Can you hear them in your head? Did you know it was the end of your life when it happened? What a blunder. What a terrible mistake. You want to run away, don't you? But you can't. You can't. Shut up! Close your rotting mouth and never speak again! Lucy is sick of your ugly screaming! Quiet. Deaf? Lucy isn't like you. Lucy isn't even like your children. Lucy is greater than anything alive or dead. You are dead, deader than dead. There's nowhere for you to run now. Lucy has you. Even if you escape Lucy, it's over now. Everyone will know about your garden. And they'll pull it up by the roots. Unbelievable, Maxine, that you'd be so careless. Shotgun, get in the back. So irresponsible that you would leave Jack in a situation that's going to kill him. Could kill him. If he's smart, he isn't, Maxine. That's true. You two are such a goddamn thorn in my side. You know that. Don't swear. It's rude. Why does it seem like every week I get roped into fixing your mistakes or arresting you for a petty crime? It's not every week. Let me guess. You're still practicing without a license, aren't you? Who cares? The law cares, Maxine. People care. You are the reason why people don't hire unlicensed exterminators. They want professionals. You're right. This business sucks. That's why only suckers do it. I'm the biggest sucker in the world because I love this stupid job. You have a family. You went to college. You had a clean rap sheet until you met me. So, you still have a life to ruin, you idiot! You fucking... Doesn't anything matter to you? You should have... Let me do it, moron. Excuse me. You know this isn't just your adventuring party squaring off in a level-appropriate encounter. This is a war. There are likely to be significant casualties. We're outnumbered 3-1, outmatched, and suffering from severe morale problems thanks to the fact that Lord Shoujo died under circumstances that we can't share with the troops. This is hardly the easy victory you just implied. I'm sorry, but they're 1 HD hobgoblins. I think each soldier can handle 3 of them. Right, because the forces of evil are always so considerate enough to attack in discreet 3-person groups. I'm sure they'll pause for tea and biscuits at 4 o'clock too. Let's say your armor class is so high that you need a natural 20 to hit you. Statistically speaking, that still means that 1 out of every 20 attacks is still hurting you. If each hobgoblin gets off 4 attacks before you can put them down, then for every 5 foes you face tomorrow, you'll be stabbed once. So what are you going to do if the entire army attacks, say, the South Wall? Can you survive fighting 100 hobgoblins until we can reinforce your position? How about 200? 2,000? Most of our soldiers are not that experienced. Even if we hold the city tomorrow, it may be the last night alive for many of those girls you just told to chill out. It might even be the last night for you or one of your friends. This isn't the dungeon. In a war, people on the winning side still die. You might want to consider taking it somewhat seriously. Hey, look, return customers. Aren't I lucky? No, I'm not. Yeah, there's a memory charm on the entire valley that makes you forget everything except your specific questions and answers, and your mind fills in the blanks, blah, 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 blah. But since everyone else can just look back through the archives, why don't we cut the recap and get on with it? Our leader, Roy, is dead, as the metaphorical doornail. His body is in a cart outside. We want you to raise him from the dead. Just tell us how much it'll cost and we'll go earn the gold. Oh, I see. Yeah, this sort of mix-up happens all the time. I'm not a cleric. You're not? The Dragon Queen has blessed me with visions of the future without requiring me to earn a bunch of cleric class levels first. It's sort of like getting an honorary PhD. How exactly do your future visions work then? Pixie dust. Actually, I'm pretty familiar with pixies, and I don't think cobalt dust. Oh. So yeah, I have as much chance of bringing back your leader as I do of scoring with Grendel's hot mom. You still in here, Ralph? Or did you cut and run? Let's play hide and seek, just to be sure. I'm it. Actually, so are you, as near as I can tell. You seem to have an interest in powers, so let me educate you a little while I search for you. It's sort of this thing I like to do sometimes, especially for learned wizards such as yourself. Power, it isn't something that you put on or take off like a jacket.
It's something you just are. If you can lose it by blowing 2 will saves, you never really had any power in the first place. See what I'm saying? Hell, the idiot paladin understands better than you do, because he got every one of those hit points I burned off him the hard way. He earned them. Of course, now he's also earned an upgrade to prisoner first class for daring to touch my pretty little bauble. It's sort of the same way as we've already been training him, only now we get serious about it. Anywho, where was I? Oh, right. Your soul shenanigans are real flashy, but they have one weakness. They were shackled to your lame mid-level ass. I used to think spells equaled power too, back when I was alive. I've learned a lot since then. You know what does equal power? Power. Power equals power. Crazy, huh? But the type of power doesn't matter as much as you think. Turns out, everything is oddly balanced. Weird, but true. For example, right now, power takes the form of a +8 racial bonus to listen skill checks. So, Uncle Zycon, what's the moral of the story? A big pile of spells isn't enough when the other guy has a big pile of spells and the strength to crush your windpipe with his bare flanges. And they died happily ever after. The end.
Neil, come on, get up. Don't you want to hurt me or something? Look, my throat is all exposed. I know now that we were never going to be a family, but you didn't deserve this. Alon, he kinda did. He was a terrible human being. Yeah, but how can I be mad at him? What if it had been me, raised here? Would I be the jerk and he be the hero? I don't know. I do know your father is an ass for killing your twin brother in front of you. Oh, please. I tried my best, but he was never more than a B-list recurring villain, and frankly, Alon's outgrown him. No! Come back! A bit of overkill, perhaps, but it's just as well. He was just cluttering up the obvious narrative arc between Alon and myself, anyway. He was your son, not a plot element, and if he was a kind of crappy person, it's because you made him that way. All the more reason for me to clean up after myself, then. I admit, I'm surprised by this anger, Alon. I was under the impression that there was no love lost between the two of you. I never wanted him dead. Ever. Well, then you're in the minority. I can't think of anyone else who spent any amount of time with Nail who didn't at least entertain the idea. Alon, please, don't you think this has gone on long enough? There's no reason we can't talk about this like adults. You're only saying that now because your right bailed on you. Well, obviously, but that doesn't make it untrue. I admit that I may have overreacted, but just like you, I want the story between us to be as good as possible. Perhaps I have been too restrictive about how that story should proceed. I have an idea. Why doesn't my group fund a whole new legion of adventurers? And we'll put your buddy Greenhilt in charge of them all. That way, you can command your own squad while still reporting to him. At the start of each quest, he can grumpily tell you that you're a loose cannon who doesn't play by the rules, and then everything pretty much revolves around you after that. Do you really think we're going to work with you after what you've tried to do? But everyone gets what they want with this plan. I don't want you to get what you want. Forget it. Ugh. Mother was just as unwilling to compromise. Look, Alon, I think I'm being very generous admitting that maybe I partly contribute to this current climate of, hey, Tarquin, catch! Twang. Catch. Alon, help me and yourself. This is a perfect opportunity for the hero to showcase how much better he is than the villain. Alon, son, I know we don't see eye to eye on much, but I think we agree that we need a better conclusion than this. How about you take me prisoner? That seems popular nowadays. We could have some really intense interrogation scenes where I try to subtly manipulate you from inside my cell. What do you say? You know, the first time I met Neil, we ended up in almost the exact same situation. He wound up hanging over a pit of monsters, and I pulled him up. He didn't understand why I did it. I told him it was because I was the good twin, not the neutral twin. Good, glad to hear. Pull me up, I think my fingers are slipping. But see, Dad, that's the thing. I'm not a twin anymore. And you're not the real villain. Hey, Dead for Brains, don't think you're getting off that easy.
I know you're up to no good, and probably not much neutral either. You don't think I can tell when someone's faking cooperation to slide under Roy's nose? I invented that scam. You're infringing on my patent. The ship you're on. You're just saving your own dry, flaky skin. I've done it dozens of times, except my skin is toned and supple. Fangs I can handle. I've got no problems with Fangs. It's the outlook I don't buy. I was there when Durkin died. In no way does he flip from forgiving me for not saving him to slurping my blood in 90 seconds. People don't change who they are on the inside in an instant. It doesn't work like that. It takes time, so you don't even know you're changing until one day you're just a little bit different than you used to be, and you can't even tell what the hell happened. He had to order you not to drink it all. You can put on the funny accent and play dress up, but I'm on to you. And FYI, I spent months trapped behind enemy lines where the only thing I was allowed to kill were undead, so I've gotten pretty good at it, really. What do you say to that? I am going to shove the sunshine so far up where the sun don't shine that you will vomit nothing but warm summer days.
There's not much to explain. You told me before that you are who you are on the worst day of your life. And that's true. That's 100% true. But you know who else you are. You are who you are on the next day. The day you wake up and have to decide, are you gonna make this the new worst day of your life or not? And you are who you are the day after that, which can also be your new worst day or not. You are who you are on all of your days. All of them. Including the worst and the best. Every single one counts. And all the way to the end. And when you have a new worst day, you can get stuck there. Looking back on it and worrying. Well, that's normal. But sooner or later, you gotta take all that pain and do something with it. Try to make something better out of it. My mother turned the worst thing that could ever happen to anyone into the best thing that could happen to anyone. To 5 anyones. And I turned the worst thing that happened to me into saving the world from people like you. You cannot help it. You're still made to fit into my heart. This moment is what my heart is built around. You're feeling the rawest, most difficult feeling I ever had to face. Only thing is, I never showed you all the time it took me to learn how to process something like that. You're getting all of the emotions, but with none of the experience dealing with them. Exactly what I'm more afraid would happen if we learned that story too young. But I still have all those memories. Maybe you want them now. Do you want the memories that'll help how you're feeling? Take them all! As it took me all life to understand that moment, and I still have mixed feelings about it some days. So take every moment of happiness, every moment of peace and belonging and contentment, every moment spent with a family who loved me, a family who wouldn't even exist without that pain. But be careful, because you know what you are within your half my body and all my joys and sorrows. You're me. I don't know if she's even strong enough to make it to the next world if this doesn't work out. And it's all my fault. The pet? Between you and Hell? The pet turned out great. My little girl is out here turning cosmic lemons into divine lemonade. I was just trying to spice things up with the bet. Especially once I knew we were doing yet another boring fantasy pastiche for this one. Worst case, I thought it'd amp up her evil death goddess itch for the next one. Not in my wildest dreams did I think she'd come up with a way to turn it into a positive, much less orchestrate a way to topple Odin himself. I've never been so proud. Who knew she had that much hustle? Yeah, because the opportunity to stop the snarl forever dropped in our lap. It's the sort of thing you change plans for. I should be helping slam dunk this cliched world in the trash where it belongs so my daughter can ride a tidal wave of dead dwarves to victory. This is my fault because I'm not supporting her now. She doesn't even know why. Because I can't. Half a billion people down there believe I'm incapable of honesty. Do you think I can just go against that when it's convenient? There seems to be some doctrinal flexibility when it comes to rubbing things in your face specifically. She wouldn't believe me, even if I told her, and she definitely wouldn't believe you. Plus, the way she's feeling now, I wouldn't put it past her to try to screw things up with the goblin just to spite the two of us. Bottom line, the only reason I'm not on Hell's side is because of the chance, however slim, of ending the threat of the snarl. So if Hilkia's baby daddy screws this up and that chance slips away, I will switch sides so fast you'll think it's halftime. And if it's too late and she starves before the next creation, the only thing you'll know for sure is that you'll never see it coming. You're a pain in the ass, you know that?
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm being serious. Not like, haha, someone got hit in the butt, but like a difficult, painful obstacle that makes everything worse with blood and pus and stuff. You're the anal fistula of this quest.
Think I don't know? I know. I get it. I really do. No one wants me here except as raw muscle. If you could plug, like, the bald guy with the scar in my place, you'd all be happier.
No, you don't get it. You don't, sorry. This is really gross to say, but you're weirdly clever with this adventuring stuff when you try. You think I don't notice, but I do. You saw that Durkin wasn't Durkin when none of us did. You did whatever you did with the dinosaur. You went out on your own and bought magic items to help your defenses, and the fact that you did is the only reason we won. You could be really good at this if you weren't so dedicated to being a wretched pile of trash who only wants to make everyone's life harder.
Is that what you think I want? To make your life harder? Really?
Yes, that is really what I think you want.
Then the joke's on you, because I have no idea what I want. Besides, if you weren't so hung up on beating Zycon with just your sword to prove something to someone, you'd have gone shopping at some point too. Then you'd have your own magic stuff that could help you beat him. But I guess when it's your emotional baggage, it's okay for it to get in the way, right? Ha! You tried to after-school special me about how I don't apply myself, but I made it about you. How does it feel to have someone be all judgy and condescending about your life?
Oh, I'll stop paying attention in the middle.
You can't start being old me when I'm being old you. If nothing else, old me was way easier. Get your mitts off me, you horn-knuckled swizzle brain.
So you can teleport away and lead us into more ambushes?
Yes. Don't you understand, you leather-toed hilt dingus? You don't gotta wear it counts. You're 9 silvers for a gold. You're all hell no battle.
Ow, Belcar, I need your help. Stop holding back and grapple her.
I keep getting distracted by her old-timey insults. They remind me of my grandma. Listen, kid. You don't know these overgrown galoots the time of day. I got plenty of jingle jangle stashed. So some halfling solidarity, and I'll let you get your beak wet in the process. See? She even incites betrayal the way Granny Bitterleaf did. Belcar, it would be disrespectful to the elderly to not at least haggle the price a little. Of course I have. He's the one who gave me the green and warty makeover. I'm not stupid, Greenhilt. I know he's an evil son of a bitch who's going to make everything worse in 100 different ways. One of the unexpected side effects of getting a troll eye is that you start to see things like a troll. The world will survive the villains being in charge for a while, and if there's one way they might make it better, maybe I'll be able to take that big spherical dork to visit my hometown without both of us getting attacked on sight. Not when your facts smell fishier than a merman's jockstrap. Wait, mermen don't have... Exactly! The gods just happen to talk to you and tell you a bunch of stuff that adds up to you needing to do what you were already trying to do, and there's no way to prove it, I just need to take your word for it. Seems awfully convenient, if you ask me. And another thing your story doesn't take into account. If the gods really have gotten together and decided to get involved, wouldn't it just be easier for them to give Zycon and its goblins what they want, or at least negotiate? Why would they be jumping to immediately destroying the world? Are you for real? Do you seriously not get the score here? What are you talking about? Look at what you're saying! You're asking why the jerks at the top of the heap would rather burn it all down than let someone new get a piece of their action. That's the most believable thing I've ever heard!
Yeah,
Yeah, think about it. You're suggesting that the people with power with the most to lose are going to let themselves get extorted into concessions when they have the option to just not do that?
All for the low, low price of all of us disposable schmucks.
Hey, I don't really appreciate that characterization of my gods. I'm sure your gods will wring their hands and tell each other they wish they didn't have to do it, right up until the moment they do it. Yeah, you guys love that line. If the best deal for the most people involves helping Zycon, would you still be up for it? Hmm. Well, I tend to agree with you there. Just wanted to see what you'd say mostly. And the kid's logic checks out when it comes to the gods. I'm just pissed at myself for not factoring them in when I was working the angles. I didn't think they'd get involved. No, that's not it. I forgot they were a going concern. Not my thing, and it's been a long time since I used to hang out with a druid. I guess. Not a lot of good it'll do you.